Good morning, Sydney. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning, Shannon, and good morning, everybody that's in the chat. I do see Ricky and Elizabeth already. How are you,
Excellent.
ladies? So, Ricky is saying she is snuggled up on her sofa with her project. Hugs and love. What are you working on, Ricky, if you would like to share?
I am not getting the chat. It is not showing
Oh,
up here. I'm going to
well,
have to investigate a little bit.
hopefully it's nothing too serious, like
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. I feel like mine might go a little where it is gloomy out today. Might be
Yeah,
off and on.
it's very, very windy here. So hopefully I'm going to try to just pull it up on my phone.
Can you ladies hear us okay if you are in the chat, or gentlemen? Hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, mine's not even popping up through the app either.
Isn't that weird?
Well, I got it on my laptop, but okay, so Marquetta is here. She said,
Hello.
I'm so happy to join today. I was up all night due to storms, but we are good here. That is good. That's bittersweet. You're up all night for the storm, but I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yes.
And then Kaylin, I hope I said her name right. Good morning, Shannon and Sweetpea Sid. I can hear you 100%. Well, thank you for coming in, and
Yes.
I'm glad you guys.
All right, I was able to get the chat up on my phone, so that is hopefully going to work out better. Sorry about that. That was like a really long pause, but as you know, I am not super techie, so.
Marquita. I think I keep on saying Marquetta or whatever I say, but it's Marquita.
Marquita, yes.
Marquita. So Elizabeth says the storms were crazy in Iowa, but all is well here. And Katie, she's here. She was cracking me up this morning, though. She was going through my shorts and was commenting on every single one. She's like, I know you posted something today, but I cannot find what you posted. I said, I didn't post a video. I posted a community. She's like, I found it. She was driving is what it was. And she didn't see the notifications. Yeah. And then,
sometimes it's weird because I feel like people that I want to see, so I'm subscribed and I'll go to like my subscriptions page, but I feel like I don't always see people's shorts. And I don't know if it's because I'm not like flipping through the little shorts thing, but sometimes I'll find them like months after you've posted one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't very often, as far as getting notifications for shorts, I don't get them very often. So it might be like a YouTube setting or something.
It must be.
I know, like if you go to ring the bell, it says personalization, but I don't think you can actually personalize anything.
Well, and I found out too that even if you have like your YouTube, well, I mean, there's the YouTube settings, but if you have it so your phone doesn't send you notifications from YouTube, like you'll probably get them when you log into YouTube, but they won't send you anything.
Gotcha. So Katie said, crazy storms here too. Worst hail I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
It sounded like a train was going. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's scary. What state are you in, Katie? If you don't mind saying. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I know I can't even remember where she's at. I know she ordered something off of Etsy, my Etsy shop, but I do not remember what state she's in. But yeah, that storm that's coming through the south through Georgia and going up through Tennessee and everything. Yeah. She is in Missouri.
Oh, okay. Yep. So a little bit south of me. Like 6 or 8 hours south of me.
Just a little bit. And then you got me all the way in South Carolina.
I know. I keep trying to find a property to get you to move out here next to me, but
well, at one point we were talking we were talking about at one point, just, shooting and was talking about moving up to Montana.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. Or Wyoming is beautiful, but there ain't nothing there. And then the pricing of housings are like, $500,000 just for, it's outrageous. Outrageous.
Yeah. Well, there's absolutely nothing in Iowa either. So
Riki said that she's sending some wonderful sunshine from her southern Sweden.
Oh, thank you. We could definitely use it.
Yeah, y'all could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie said 6 hours. Sounds like you should make the drive here at the end of April for the Fiber Festival.
Ooh.
Just a quick drive.
That is cool. I think I'm actually the end of April. There is one much closer to me in Des Moines. I think I will hit up.
Nice try, Katie.
Yes.
Speaking of fiber festivals, there's one in Raleigh, North Carolina today.
Are you going?
Almost, because I've been wanting to go one out, almost was like, sorry, Shannon. I'm heading up there, but I was like, nah, it ain't. As much as I want to go to one, it's not worth it. Yeah. I can, so.
This one that I'm going to go to in Des Moines, it seems like they have it like twice a year. And since I have found out about it and planned on going now twice, something has come up pretty big that has, the first time, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but like the first time my mom had a stroke.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then the second one, I don't remember what happened, but there was something and I didn't get to go either. So I am going to make this one. It is on my birthday. We have like already planned it out. We're going to go do a couple other things. I'm going to get a pair of new boots, exciting stuff. So
it was last year, wasn't it, when you were trying to go?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was last April. So like, yeah. So my mom had a stroke like 5 years before that and was in a care center. So, she was not in good health, and it's not as if this was like, a surprise. I hate to say, but yeah, it was like April 19th that, she just like collapsed at the care center, and, she had like a couple brain bleeds, and then, she was unconscious for, I think, 5 days. And so she was on, like, they had her on hospice. And so then on like the 25th of April, she passed away.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember. Yep. And that's when the Fiber Fest was last year.
Well, things happen, and
that it does.
You got to roll with the punches. So
you do. I figured I just probably wasn't appropriate to go. So
sorry, Mom. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you there.
But yeah, so that was a legitimate reason not to go. But I'm like, this will be the third time that I've known about it happening, and I really want to go. So
hopefully you can go this year. And you said it's on your birthday, so
yes. So I'm trying to save up all my monies.
There you go.
And I'm like trying to be like, okay, don't buy yarn online.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep popping. Do you see me popping out, or am I been consistent?
You've been consistent up until just now. You kind of froze. And then yeah.
But I guess I should say, like I said, it is crazy windy. So if for some reason I disappear, I apologize. And we will be back next month on Sid's channel.
I will try to at least keep the reins, going as much as I can.
You could totally. I will stay and watch, and I'll jump on the chat maybe on my phone.
I don't know if you would want to see that. But next week, I'm so excited. I don't know if you remember me talking about when we back in, I think it was like September time.
Okay.
Before I had to take my break. We had went to a farm, and they're doing a shear sheeping day.
Yeah.
Well, that's next Saturday, and I am so excited for it because I've always wanted, well, not always, but since I started, the fiber arts and everything and
Mhm.
getting more into processing fibers, I've kind of got into wanting to learn how to shear sheep and maybe actually start that as a business.
Yeah,
But I actually want to see somebody do it in person. So,
that's understandable.
but yeah, I'm excited to see some people shear sheep.
Well, if you get into that, I know my husband's cousin Erin, who lives in Minnesota, she is I want to say like an hour west of the Twin Cities.
Hmm.
She is the one that has alpaca. And
Okay.
she was telling me there's only like 3 people within like several hours of her that shear alpaca.
Hmm.
And it was fairly spendy to have this guy come and do it. So she bought clippers herself and was trying to do
Yeah.
it with no training
Yeah.
and with like not near as quality of shears. And then she was like, "Oh, it's worth paying somebody to do it."
Yeah.
Uh, so like you might want to look into alpaca as well as not just limit yourself to sheep.
Right. Yeah. I know it's a lot of labor work. It's labor as much as you don't think it is. It is
Hmm.
very labor intensive
And
because you've got to keep the sheep in control. And then you've got to actually be how what I've seen is people start with their belly and especially with the ooze, you have
was that a
that is my
child or a
dog.
dog?
That is my dog. My husband just got back home, so he's
Oh,
in
it's
his
very exciting. I get it.
yeah. Just I've never heard him howl like that before. I've heard him howl, but nothing like that. But yeah, you start at the belly, but you got to be careful not to clip the. I guess they're called. I guess the same thing on sheep as they are cows and udders, or I don't know. So, but yeah. So Oddballs is here. Good morning. So Riki said she's been planning a new project since her local dollar store dropped new yarn. If I
Ooh,
cannot plan a project, I will not buy the yarn. Yeah, I don't blame.
that is smart. That
Yeah,
is smart.
that's what I kind of do when it comes to actually buying yarn. When it comes to buying fiber, that's a different story. But if I don't have to get it, then I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unless it's like on the whim and just grab
Yep.
something.
Something for fun. Like when you're
Yeah.
making a day out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, do your viewers know that you got a new acquisition?
If they are subscribed to my email,
Hmm.
then they would have I would have told them a little bit about it. But yes, I recently purchased a old spinning wheel. So I am curious to find out if I can date it somehow to figure
Hmm.
out how old it is. We have it up and running and I have not spun yet. I am still practicing. But yes, I am super excited. And you guys, I had to I'm sending Sydney texts from this weird junk store I'm in. I was pretty excited and we look crazy. But I had seen a thing talking about how there's all these things that are decor that look like spinning
Hmm.
wheels that aren't really spinning wheels. And then I had done my homework because I've been looking for a while, but we were like in the middle of this junk store, moving everything to get at it, trying to see if all the parts work. People are walking by and
Like, what the
and
heck are
then
you doing?
I couldn't see very well because it was kind of dark.
Hmm.
And when we had gone in this Okay. When we had gone in the junk store, I had giggled because they had this basket up at the front full of reading glasses, and they said, "Not for sale, but if you want to borrow them while shopping, you can." So
I guess
we
you
were
needed those.
I did. I had to go get a pair so I could check to make sure everything on this thing worked. Oh, but I was very excited. So, yep,
Uh-huh.
we've got it working. We got I say my husband Rod like watched a couple videos on how to get the drive band going, so we got that. I promised I would learn how to do it so he doesn't have to do it every time for me. But I had
Now,
to do that with my sewing machine. Like he had to like I'm just not good at reading directions and understanding them and implementing it. So,
mhm.
like he had to learn how to thread a bobbin on my sewing machine to show me how to do it.
Well, I told you that my husband threaded my sewing machine for me because I never was taught how to sew, so and he was, and then yeah, he's like, "This is bad." I said, "It is bad, but at least I'm trying to learn." I
I
haven't done
know.
anything since, but yeah.
And
Anyways,
for the record, I can get my bobbin threaded now or, in there. So, but I have to pull up a YouTube video every time to refresh myself.
so are you using like a string of yarn to for your drive band, or what are you using for your drive band?
Some cotton yarn. Yep.
Cotton yarn. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And I mean, I might play around with it and
Mhm.
see I might try like a couple different thicknesses and just kind of see what I like because that was one of the things from that Jillian Eve video is she
Yeah.
said she used cotton or she said she used crochet thread, cotton crochet
Mhm.
thread, which I'm just using yarn. But I might just play around with a couple different thicknesses and see what feels the best or what works the best for me.
I guess that would be something to do with your, depending on the thickness, would do
Hmm.
with your tension. Okay.
Yep.
Like I said, I've never messed with a double drive band. Obviously, I have single drive bands, but when it comes to double drive bands, I don't know much of. So I figured when you were saying playing around, that was what you
Yep.
were meaning with the tension.
Yeah, I honestly think that so much of it is, like, about the feel of it and the
Yeah.
wheel itself, and, like, there's not, like, a specific standard, like, I think
Mhm.
you have to experiment and just see what works.
Gotcha. Katie, what kind of spinning wheel do you have? Katie spins a lot too, which
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
you watch her.
I am subscribed to her, she has
Yes.
beautiful yarn.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which
Mhm.
she's now selling her yarn on, is it
Is it Mercari?
Macari? Yeah,
Okay.
Macari. So, yep. Good morning, Michael. How are you? Um, so Katie said, Shannon, there is a forum group on Rowley that would be a great place to post a picture of your will to see if someone can help you. There you go. I can think.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, I will definitely do that.
That, or I mean, even possibly Facebook if you're on Facebook.
Yes,
Um,
yeah. I mean I kinda am, like, I have a Facebook account, but I just like,
you know,
I've been making a serious effort to try to actually post on my Shannon Talks Yarn page,
yeah,
because I wasn't doing that, but, like, on my for, like, my personal thing with, like, my family and my town people, I just creep. I don't ever post anything.
you creeper,
I
you
do.
stalking.
Well, it's just, like, a super small town, and so, like, I'll get on to see how the roads are, or, like,
Yeah.
if an ambulance goes by, I'll get on and see what that was about. Ah, yeah.
She said that she'll send you the link, Katie.
Thank you so much, Katie, I appreciate that. Ravelry is something where I have oh, no, I'm not I was thinking about Reddit. But yes, I have a Ravelry account. I do have that too. I was thinking about Reddit because I'm like, I've been on it, and sometimes like I'll look at things and when I'm Googling something, but that is just when I have a hard time. I don't know.
I've tried. I started setting up a Reddit community, is what they
Mhm.
call it, but I just could not figure it out. It's
Yeah.
same thing with threads. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
threads and Reddit go hand in hand,
Okay.
and I don't care for it. So,
Yeah. I guess to me, like on Facebook, I am just posting like my blog posts.
mhm.
Have actually been putting effort into doing my blog. Uh, okay, there, I'm back. so I'm just kind of posting my blog posts on my Facebook, but I don't know, Instagram is probably my preferred social
Yeah.
media. I
Yeah.
don't know, it just seems the funnest or the easiest or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's what I do as I mean, I post a
Yeah.
lot on not a
Oh,
lot,
yeah, I'm
but
creeping on your Instagram all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's Shannon. What was actually funny about that is where you kind of changed your name on there to
Yes.
where it's the Shannon
Yes.
Talks Yarn and Crochet and whatever you got.
Yes.
I had that popped up. It just said Shannon, and then it popped up the crochet, and I was like, "Who the heck is that?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's Shannon."
Yeah, so the reason I did that is because I was watching a video from, let me think about the name. I think the channel name is Modern Millie, and she has like a
Uh-huh.
lot of Instagram tips and tricks and stuff. And so she was saying in the name section, like put your name and then put in like after that, like put a slash, like space slash space, and then put in like what people would be typing in and searching for. So like
That's
you could,
smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could do like Sydney hand-dyed yarn
Hmm.
or hand spun yarn or something
Right.
like that. And she said that is just a good way for the people looking for you or looking for your type of content to be able to find you better in search results. So I was
Gotcha.
like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I mean, what do you got to lose? But you can only change that every 14 days. So you got to make sure you
Well,
like what
yeah.
you put in there because you're stuck with it for 2 weeks.
Right. Well,
So don't spell something wrong
yeah. Yeah.
or like don't just write something on a whim.
Yeah, right. So Katie was saying she got, I can't ever, I don't, let's see if I can actually pronounce it, but it's a charca wheel. I have been wanting to kind of get one of those. Do you like it or not? And how is it different from the other spinning wheels you have? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't, sorry. And I was trying to find it on the chat, but
So the charcoal wheel, it's like it's got a spindle on it,
okay.
but it's almost kind of looks like a winder. It's like in a little box, and it kind of looks like a winder. And the drive bean is that you've got a big old um, spool. I think
Okay.
that's what. And then you got a smaller one in the drive bin, and you've got to turn it like your winder, but you've got
Oh,
to also at the same time, or not at the same time, but you've got to draft back as well, and then it spins onto the spindle, if that makes sense. Yeah,
interesting.
it is kind of interesting. I've been wanting, I here and there when it pops in my mind, look at them, and then the pricing is what kind of shies me away from them.
The pricing shies me away from a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Michael says he would rather not deal with any social media but mess with Facebook and Instagram. I got you there. I'm practically the same way. Reddit, I don't care for. Threads, I don't care for. Anything else other than TikTok. Occasionally I'll post on TikTok, but yeah.
I never got on TikTok, so and now I'm like, who knows? I'm just old and stuck in my ways, I guess.
So Katie says it's very new to her,
Okay.
so she's not sure yet. It's called a book charka. It's very
Hmm.
different from her Ashford spinner, which yeah, wonderful for short staple fibers. Cotton is my favorite fiber to work
Hmm.
with. That's good to know. It's good to know. I know I tried messing with cotton and spinning it,
Yeah.
and I just had because it is very very short. Like I mean,
Okay.
maybe like really short and staple length, not even an inch, possibly. Same thing with baby alpaca as well.
Okay.
So trying to actually work with them fibers, just heads up, can become very difficult.
Well, it would make sense that certain fibers would spin better or worse on certain types of
Yeah,
wheels. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, when you're looking at stuff that's commercially made, they have different machinery for different stuff. So, I mean,
right.
that makes sense.
that's like too, like with certain fibers, they're better off being like alpaca, especially baby alpaca, and possibly cotton as well. But it's better to be in a row-like form than
Okay.
in that or roving. So
Ah.
that's what I've kind of found out.
I feel, man, my internet is not, this is like the worst way. We have, our internet is on a, if you're not from the Midwest, you don't know what I'm talking about probably, but a grain elevator. So where they store all this like corn and beans, and they're super high in the air. And our internet provider has a satellite coming off of that. And it's 2 miles south of me. It's pointed right at my house. So I always have fantastic internet for being in the country.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I have never
Well,
like keep popping out as much as I have today.
well, you just said that you've got a lot of wind too, so
Mhm.
that plays
Yeah.
a lot of
We
a lot
had
into
an
it.
honest to goodness blizzard, about a week and a half ago,
Mhm.
and it was so bad, like, everything shut down. Um, our neighbor works for the power company, and it took him an hour and a half to get into town, which normally takes 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
And we had a state trooper telling us that he was on duty and he had to be out, and he was driving like 8 to 10 miles per hour and still wound up in the ditch. He said a plow went in the ditch, then he went in the ditch, then another plow went in the ditch, and then a wrecker came to pull the plows out and it went in the ditch.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Oh, Katie, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Thank
She's so
you.
sweet. Katie is so sweet.
She is.
She makes me. She's one of those people that make me blush. She makes your heart warm.
Yeah.
So I
She's
enjoy
just
Katie.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Sid's got her moonshine out today.
It is not moonshine. It. If you were new here, it's an ongoing joke between Shannon and I because she thinks it's comical that I drink out of a mason jar.
Yeah, she just drinks water. It's just water.
Well, today it's electrolytes, so.
Okay.
But yeah, the water. No, we have some muscadine, or did have some muscadine grapes growing in our
Ooh,
backyard. And this year I wanted to actually try to make wine out of them. I'm not a wine drinker, but my husband is.
yeah.
Well, after we got the new kids, seeing if you took a hold of what I just said, the new kids.
Your goats?
Yes. And after we had to clear out some land of that, and then I guess when we got some higher winds, it knocked some of the vines down.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm going to have as much as I thought I was in order to make
Oh,
at least a little thing of wine.
we had Concord grapes, and I had seen like a lazy canning recipe
Mm-hmm.
where I think it's like I don't remember how many grapes I put in, but then you just like fill your quart jar with water, you put the grapes, and then it's like a half a cup or a quarter cup of sugar, and then you
Mm-hmm.
process it in the canner, and then if you let it sit for several months, it'll be like kind of a like watery juice.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was kind of neat to have like my own grape juice that I had made and processed, but
Right.
um, yeah, I haven't done it since then.
That's he wants me. We get dandelions all over the place, and he wants me to make.
Dandelion wine.
Yeah, well, mead. Yeah, that's what he wants me to make. His mom made some years ago, and he loved it. And like I said, I'm not a drinker. I drink like maybe once a year, if that. Unless you're talking about pina coladas, then you got me there. But yeah, he wants me to make some dandelion mead, and I'm like, I really don't want to go through the process though.
I have a one of our cousins' husbands will make some wine, and what I will tell you is that he always like over ferments his so that all the sugar kind of gets taken out. So it is extremely strong and
Mhm.
extremely dry. And on the couple occasions I have sampled it, we have had to like pour it into like juice in order to be able to drink it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, an inch or two of his wine and then this much juice.
He's got some strong stuff then.
Yeah, like he's definitely letting that thing go way too long.
Right, Elizabeth? Pina coladas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for me, if drinking anything, it's gotta hide the taste of alcohol because I can't stand it. Like even the Mike's Hard lemonades, I can't do those. I can't.
Yeah. I'm not much of a. I'm gone again. There we go. Like if I drink wine, it's usually like the $3 wine from Aldi. So I don't have like a refined palate at all.
Yeah.
I'm like not a good one to take wine advice from.
Yeah. Stitch is gonna stitch. She said her grandma would have picked at least 2 acres of dandelions for enough jelly. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Did you hear that? That you don't have enough acres of dandelions?
Yeah. Well, yeah, apparently. So our old laundry room is now getting turned into a pantry.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So that's what he's doing right now. Whoever designed or tried to remodel this house, they did not know what they were doing. They put like 2-inch nails in paneling. And you know how thin paneling is.
Yes.
It's freaking ridiculous. And so that's what he's doing right now when he said that he was going to wait until after I was live.
Well, I can't hear anything if that makes you feel any better.
Okay. Well,
I heard your dog get excited that he came home, but that's the only thing I've heard.
Yeah, he's using the saw to, it's not a skill saw, it's a different saw, jigsaw, to cut the nails.
Yep.
Katie says she lives for box swine. After its son, you have a fur pillow in the box. Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Michael says he loves honey mead. I've never had honey mead. I've never even heard of honey mead. So that's interesting.
I take it you don't go to a lot of Renaissance festivals?
No.
Oh,
I do not.
okay.
I do not.
I am a dork who likes to dress up and do dorky stuff. So I have most definitely had honey mead at a Ren Fest.
I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
It's not obvious, you know.
Yeah. Nothing about my behavior would have given that away.
Katie. Who's a genius, Katie? 3 cheers for dorks. Woo!
Woo! That was only 2.
Woo! There we go.
Okay. Just in case there was any like confusion that we were or weren't dorks, I feel like that may have just solidified it right there.
Hey, it's okay to be a dork. I mean,
it most definitely is.
It's okay to be weird. I mean, it's okay to be different.
I feel like that's how you actually achieve happiness.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all are weird in our own little ways. So, I mean, accept it for what it is and
embrace it. You might as well go with it instead of trying to fight it.
Exactly. That's what I did for the longest time was, you know, I've always been an outsider. I always have. And a lot of that was because I moved around so much. But now it's as an adult, I don't care to fit in. If you don't like me, that's your problem, not my problem. I mean, I am who I am, and whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Sorry.
Yeah. Some people who move to like the town that I work in, they're like, oh, this town is so cliquey, it's hard to make friends. And I'm like, well, I haven't experienced that because I'm not trying to hang out with these people. So
I just feel like the more you try to fit in, the more it's just like ingenuine. So
Yes, and I feel like too, it's also the more unhappy you are.
yeah, yeah, yep. Michael said, "I'm a big dork and a nerd."
Good, good. You're in good company then.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
kind of wonder, like, how much of a how do I want to say this? Like the personality types of people who are drawn to like fiber crafts for one thing, but then like drawn to YouTube,
uh-huh.
like what do we all have in common personality wise that made us be like, I should start a yarn channel,
Right. Well, yeah, fitting in requires people. I avoid people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Meg, fitting in is definitely overrated. It is. And I mean, it's
But that's the thing. I have found so many more people here on YouTube that I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so easy to talk to. You're so easy to get along with and all this. Then in my, like, I don't want to say real life, but
yeah,
like, I
everyday
don't
life.
know. Like, it's just so much easier to make yarn friends
Right.
here.
But you got to also be careful because some people do put an act on. So
That is true. That is true.
so you do have to be kind of mindful of who it's
Mm-hmm.
with me. That's why I like close knit group,
Yes.
my own close knit group, and
Mm-hmm.
stick to just a minimum people is because how I am is I'm going to fill you out first before I'm like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
going to claim you as a friend
Yeah.
because I just people sometimes are very, very,
Mhm.
and I've dealt with things in the past that it caused me a lot of hurt and trauma. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot trust everyone.
no, you cannot. Exactly, Ricky. Never dim your light for people that thrive in your shade. Exactly.
Oh, that's good. I like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly. And my motto, I guess you can say to that is misery loves company, but
Mhm.
no company of mine. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can you can go on with that mess. Go
Yep.
on. Yes, friends who share your obsessions are always more fun. Exactly.
Mm, mhm. Definitely. Your sign looks so good up there in the background. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I watched your video on it, but it looks really good back there.
So let's see if I can turn it the right way, kind of, sort of, without sharing my ghetto door. So, for those who don't know about that sign, my husband works at a fabrication warehouse, and one of the guys there, he makes signs like this with a plasma cutter. So, it took the guy like several trials and errors to create that. What I originally wanted was Sweet Pieces Inspirations, but a spinning wheel on the side, but he could not get it to where the numbers matched up.
Mm.
So my husband was like, "Oh, do sunflowers. She loves sunflowers." And then we ended up spray painting it completely black, and then we were just messing around with different colors and stuff. And you can't really see it, but it's got like a galaxy look to it. So it's super cute.
Yeah.
I love
What
it.
what type was it, just like a gray silvery metal
Yeah,
before? Okay.
yeah. I think I want to say it might have been galvanized. No, I don't think it
Okay.
was galvanized. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
just
that
gray
gives me
metal.
the general
Yeah,
idea what it probably looked like.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just gray metal, and then we spray painted it. So
Yeah, no, it looks so good.
thank you, I love it. It was either put it right there or put it on this wall over here. But how I usually have my camera faced is more towards that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
I
kind of
love
want
it.
to make something for my wall. Like, I just don't know what. I thought about like trying to like write, but it's so many freaking letters. Shannon talks yarn, and
Uh
then
huh.
like wrap yarn all over it.
Yeah,
Um, but that's so many letters.
yeah. You would have to. Yeah, I don't. How could you do? I mean, you could. I don't think you would want to, but you could always get stickers or something, or
Hmm.
you can also go on to if you wanted to pay the money, but go online and have somebody make you a logo.
Yeah, and I've seen like what is it? Crochet with Tiffany Hansen. She got like a cool like neon looking light that says
Yeah,
Crochet with Tiffany,
yeah,
but she's probably making a little more AdSense revenue than I am,
right,
so not really
right.
in my budget. I don't know what it
Right.
costs, but
Katie, she said, love the sign, but I'd still like to see your ghetto door.
she just says it's bad because it's missing a doorknob is
It
all.
is. I
It's
mean,
not that bad.
okay, so our house is not leveled. So therefore, the door doesn't shut all the way. Here, Katie, just for you. There's my ghetto door.
See, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm a perfectionist. So if it doesn't look okay, then it's like, that looks like trash.
See, and I'm like, oh, my house was built in 1905 and everything in my house is weird and uneven. So I guess we just go with it.
She said, oh my gosh, we have the same door. No, you don't. That's my door.
The
That's my door.
iCord maker, that is a great idea. Thank you. Yes, I
Yep.
could totally do it like that.
Or, well,
Yeah. Because I could write in cursive?
yeah,
Yes.
there you
Oh,
go. Yeah, there you go.
that's got the wheels spinning.
Or you could probably use, if it's the same thing, use like macrame cord.
I have like 4 packages of that I have gotten, and I've never made any macrame with.
I've tried macrame, but it's just one of those things that I've got to actually be willing to learn all the
Yeah.
different knots about it. So
I have bought like pre-made macrame, like that other people have made, or like at Hobby Lobby or whatever.
yeah.
And I try to, whenever I see any at like an estate sale, because I can't stay away from deceased people's junk. I always like pick up like macrame plant hangers and stuff like that. But if you've ever seen like how in like the 1970s they had like hanging macrame tables, so it was like a little side table or end table, but it's like suspended from the ceiling, and it's like all this macrame, and it's so over the top, and I love it so much. But I do not have the skills nor the time to make something, and I'm sure if anybody makes some, they are way out of my budget. I'll find a picture and I'll send it to you because they are so cool looking.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen like the tables. I've seen like the chairs.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No,
But
these are
not.
like, it's like suspended, and I mean, it's almost like a plant hanger. Then it's got like a piece of wood or glass for like the table part, and yeah, they're super cool.
I've seen like the chairs, but also like shelving, but I've never seen a table.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to bring up a picture on my phone.
Okay. Oh, that's gross.
What?
Katie said that, you know how I found out my house isn't level? One of my cats puked and it ran into the next room.
That would be my house.
Oh my god.
And my cat.
Alrighty.
Oh, that was too relatable.
Our bed is that way, like the hanging tables. So, like,
Somebody has a bed like a hanging table?
That's what Michael's saying. So,
Ooh,
would
that
it be
is
like
cool.
a Murphy bed?
Okay.
Or, I don't know. Meg said most macrame stuff can be recreated in crochet. I haven't seen any patterns for the tables, but you can try to convert it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people as well do crocheting instead of actual macrame.
Okay, I don't know if this is going to work super well here.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen anything like that.
Look, there's us.
Oh, hey, us.
just being weird. So
It is suspended from the ceiling and can be hoisted up or down.
cool.
I know my daughter, we made her a loft bed that's suspended from the ceiling, but I mean, you can't hoist it up and down.
Yeah, like here's another one.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm out of the loop with this stuff
With the
because,
macrame tables.
yeah, well, even the bed too, because Katie, she's saying that she's seen those before. I guess I need to do some research.
Apparently you haven't wasted enough time on Pinterest.
I guess not. I don't see how because I've actually slacked off, but constantly scrolling through Pinterest. But
Mm-hmm.
I see more like stitches and
Yeah.
recipes. That's what I'm mainly on there for, is recipes and stitches. Or just getting inspiration for a new design.
For anything, yeah.
Yeah, for anything. Which, did you see my yarn that I just got done spinning?
Ooh, show it. That is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Is that the sunflower?
Yes,
Or no?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I had completely hand dyed this. It is 100% merino, and just it was kind of like a gradient piece of roving, and then just spun it as a 2-ply.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally ended up getting my drive band to my Nano back yesterday. Or
Even though
got
you had
new
to pay
ones.
$7 shipping.
Oh my gosh, that was freaking ridiculous. They ended up sending me an extra one, so I'm thankful for that.
Well, that's nice. That is
But
nice.
yeah, I mean, the drive bands alone were only like 50 cents, but the shipping
Yeah.
was 7. And what it came in, which they could have just sent it in an envelope, but they did one of those bubbled envelopes.
Oh.
Like, no wonder why it's so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie. I haven't got it. I've only set the twist. I have not gotten the yardage count yet. But hopefully I can do that this weekend. It was already supposed to be done, but I haven't. I've been
So
slacking.
how do you how do you figure out how many yards? Do you have to like take it and like stick it on a yardstick, or what do you do?
No, I have which I'll get it. I have you can get it from Dreaming Robots.
Okay.
It's a yardage counter.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it tells you like the yardage. It's supposed to tell you like the whips per inch, but I don't
Okay.
think it really does. I think you've actually got to go in and do that. You can change it from units to meters. You can do like even a targeted length if you want to, if you're doing like several hanks at a time and you want them all to be the same yardage count, then it'll beep whenever. I haven't used it, but yeah.
I did no idea such a thing even existed.
Yeah, it makes things a lot easier because how I started doing it was off of my Nitty Naughty. And that is just, you got to count each strands, and then then you got to times it by 2 if you don't have, one that counts a full yard. And yeah, it's just a pain in the
I also don't have a lot of like I get sidetracked and I start thinking about other stuff. My concentration isn't great. So counting is not necessarily my specialty.
Yeah. Now, Katie, and for anybody, I still have this one, the Nerd's Rope.
That is so pretty too.
Which this one is 312 yards.
That's a good amount too.
Yeah, it's a sport DK weight.
Very cool.
I had a lady that was interested in it, but after I told her the pricing of it, she never got back to me. So
It does happen, I suppose, but
Yeah, when it's something that you've hand dyed
hand dyed and hand
and
spun?
spun, yeah, I mean, it's not like a pretty good pricing on it, but probably for the average person that doesn't understand,
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't want to pay the price for it.
But you got to think about how many hours that one person put into that.
Yeah, and I mean, usually most of the time until my nano was out of commission, I was doing this on the manual spinning wheel. So
Mm.
that takes even longer for me because I got to stop and start and stop and start.
Mhm.
So this took just to do the singles probably 2.5 hours each. So you're looking at 5 hours just doing a
Yeah.
single, and then another hour applying them together. So this probably is in total 6-7 hours worth of work right here.
Yeah,
And
and
then
that's
that's
not
just
counting the time it took you to dye it.
exactly, which I
It's not
mean,
counting the undyed fiber that you bought
yeah,
and,
yeah.
the dye you bought, and,
Hmm.
I mean, it's spinners aren't cheap either,
No,
so,
no. Which
um
I mean, it's not like, oh my gosh, like $100 or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But I
no,
mean,
but it does deserve a certain, price
right,
just because of that, so for
right,
sure.
right. So Oddballs said her husband just came home. Offer on a piece of land has been officially accepted. So I'm going to
Yay!
build the most over the top mid-century. Awesome.
Ooh, I love
Ooh.
mid-century. I am a mid-century geek. You are speaking my language.
What is
It
mid-century
it would
18?
be mostly like 1950s, some
Okay,
people even will go up to, like, the 70s, but yeah, so, like, very
okay,
atomic looking, yes.
gotcha, gotcha.
Streamline.
Mid-century, duh, duh. So Kay said, yeah, she struggles with that. The price of the yarns has gotten a lot of compliments, but when they don't know if that I should be charging about $30 more than I do. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's when I did my Etsy. If you've been on my Etsy here lately, I have, in order to spin the braid up, I have upcharged it another $10 because I'm
Good.
like, you know, I'm selling myself short.
Mhm.
$6 extra in order to spin it, that's
Yeah,
selling myself short.
yeah. I
So
felt like I ripped you off when I bought those from you.
no,
I did.
it's
I was like, "I'm stealing." Click.
no. Well, it's the matter of, I understand not everybody understands
Yeah.
that. And so then, is it I sell myself short and still get paid, or is it
Yeah.
I put a pretty good penny on it and then nobody buys it?
I
So it's kind
understand,
of
yeah.
weighing the options there.
Finding that balance.
Yeah. So exactly, oddballs. It's the price of the gambling, though. Yeah, that's what I've kind of. I need to stop selling myself short. And actually,
Mhm.
if you don't like the price, it is what
Yep.
it is. I'm not budging.
Yeah.
So,
I think I think Ricky's kinda saying the same thing with, just her handmade goods in general too, like, people are always like, "Oh, you should make me something," and
mhm. And then they see the price, and it's like, well, I
Yeah.
can get that from the store. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes.
I bet you at the store they didn't put the time and the effort into it like I did.
Mhm. Yep, exactly.
Y'all are getting sassy, Sydney, today.
Sassy Sid's inspirations.
Yeah, sassy. I'm a little on the spicy side today.
And you even told me you did not have any coffee prior to this,
No, I did
so
not. I did not. I'm kind of glad that because then I wouldn't be like, you know. I've heard if nobody complains about your pricings, your price too low. Yeah.
I think that's probably a good, yeah, a good
Hmm.
theory.
Hi, Spring. How are you? What did Kay say? Just because someone can't afford something doesn't mean that item exactly.
That's very true. It really is. And, I mean, it's not like it's exclusionary. It's just not everything is for everybody. So, yeah. Some people buy less yarn and then they buy a higher quality yarn. Some people buy tons and tons of, budget yarn. It's just different strokes for different folks. You haven't heard that before?
I have, but
you just didn't expect it to be applied to this scenario.
Well, yeah. Michael says, I was asked to do a Tunisian king size blanket. I gave the quote and they weren't having it. I broke it down to them, but yeah, I'm not going to undervalue myself. Exactly.
No, that would be so much yarn and so much work.
That's one of the guys at my husband's work my husband was showing him some of the things that I've done, and he asked for a Gamecock college football blanket. And my husband was like, well, you're going to have to pay for it, and this is going to be the pricing. Never heard anything else.
I feel like I have had the issue sometimes with people in my life where I think they think they're helping me by trying to give me a project. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, she loves to crochet, so I'll ask her to make this for me because that'll make, and it's like, that's kind of not how that works.
Right. No, I don't think I've ever had anybody just kind of ask you to make something just to keep you busy. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think.
I have had people offer, like, when I'm just standing there minding my business, I've had people offer me to, like, offer to someone else that I'll make something for them. And I'm like, what? This happened to me twice with 2 different people.
Well, you know what time it almost is, right? We got about
I do.
3 minutes.
Yes. I did tell Sydney I actually have to be accountable and responsible today, and I have to actually get off at 11 my time, 12 her time, because I have a appointment I need to get to today. So, and it kind of again. Okay, there I am. I am having so much fun, you guys. I hope everybody will come back next month. It will be on April 19th, if I did my math correctly. Yes.
You were prepared today.
Yes.
If not, I had it.
It will be on Sydney's channel. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming on and hanging out and for chatting. And thank you, Katie, for the super chat. That means a lot to me. Yes, I appreciate it. And
your goofiness.
Yes, supporting our weirdness.
Yeah, our dorky.
So thank you so much, you guys. Love you. See you later.
See ya. Bye. Thank you all for coming in.